Hey guys, it's Crafting in My PJs and I'm Millie, and today we're going to do kind of a clean up some stuff in my craft room kind of craft. So I have these ornaments here from Hobby Lobby. They were $2.99, but they were on sale, and there's 4 to a pack. And as I said before in other videos, I can't remember if I got things 40% off or 60% off. I don't remember. So I have 12 all told. I have some round ones, I have some stars, and I have some trees. And so they already kind of have a finish on them, which I really like, so I don't have to paint the background or anything. And I was trying to figure out what I could do with them. And I had taken a class a couple of weeks ago on resin, and so I kind of want to use up, or yes, use up. I want to use up some of this epoxy resin that I have. It is self-leveling. It is clear. It has low odor, so I would advise anybody to wear a mask when they're using it. It doesn't say you need to, but for health reasons, it wouldn't be a bad thing. And no VOCs, which I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, I used it for the project, for the class that I took, and it worked beautifully. It's the 2-part epoxy, so an A and a B, you mix them together, and then you have about 30 minutes to do what you want to do with it before it is dry and you can't touch it anymore. This one was from Amazon, and it was the cheapest one I could find that had low odor and everything. Hobby Lobby sells epoxy, and I'm sure Michael's does as well. But that's what we're going to use up today, and I do have some. I'm showing you all the supplies, so if you want a copy, you can. I do have some cute little cups to mix it in. I'm hoping they have measurements. They do. They have measurements on there. Okay, so that's our cups. I do have some wax paper that I will be putting down on the table for the mixing part, the resin part. I have some gloves. Now, what am I going to put on these that I'm going to resin? Well, I did go to Goodwill and got a humongous bag of buttons. So I tried to pull out some of the buttons that didn't have shanks on the back, that were flat laying, maybe some Christmassy type colors. And I'm only going to do that on one just to see what it looks like and if I like it. I also have some of these Christmas type napkins. So maybe we might Mod Podge some napkins on and see how that looks with the resin on top. And then this is the class I took was on shattered glass and using that to decorate. And so I did find some shattered glass at Dollar Tree, only this color and only one time at Dollar Tree. I haven't found it anywhere else. It would be in the section with the vase fillers. So if you're looking for it, that's where it is. And so had green. And then I took, I have a lot of these vase fillers that I like to use in different crafts. And so I took red ones and looked up some YouTube videos on how to crush your own glass. I think this is just one bag of red glass. Now you will notice once I crushed it, the insides are clear. It was just the outside that was red. But that might turn out to be a really pretty look. I don't know. We'll have to see. Also, the instructions on how to crush your own glass, how to take these beads and crush them. There's a ton of YouTube videos, but I basically took my beads, put them in a baking pan in the oven at 350 for, I think, 10 minutes. I'd have to look that up to make sure. It was somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. And then you take them out of the oven very quickly put them in ice water. And you'll hear them pop in the ice water. Wear protective eye covering when you're doing this. Though at that point, none of them shattered. They just crack. And then a lot of people will use, they'll look like a star inside of the glass bead. And some people will use those cracked ones, those starred ones in different projects. I then took and put them in a Ziploc bag with a hammer and very gently hammered them, and they broke up immediately. I had a whole bunch of green ones that were green through and through. Tried to use them on a project and they didn't come out too well. But that was my user error. So my green ones are gone, but I do have the red ones, and the green ones I found from Dollar Tree. And then as a kind of an embellishment, I have some of these tube confetti. Anything glittery or confetti has to go on last because they're so light. When you pour the, you drizzle the epoxy on, it'll just slide out. Now I think that could be a kind of a good look too, but we're not going to do that today. I do have some glitter. I do have, oh, and I do have some beads. They're way on the other side of the table that way, so I can't quite reach them right now. But that might be like an ornament decoration for the trees. All right, so let's get started. Let's open up and see what we're going to do. Spread things out. I think I do have my hot glue gun going. When you're doing this epoxy, you do not need to glue things down. The epoxy is going to really be a glue, but you might be using glue to keep things from moving, or to give you an idea of where things are going to be. So let's spread things out. I think we're going to glue the buttons on a round one. No, I think I'm going to do a star one with the buttons, because I don't feel like I have enough star colors. And then we're going to open up one each of the napkins, and we're going to do 2 napkin ornaments. And we are not putting epoxy on the back. I wanted to kind of see how much this filled on my table, so I know where I need to put the wax paper when I put it down. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to put out the wax paper and get everything set, and then I'll bring you back and we'll start gluing on. All right. Okay, I am back and I have the wax paper put down. I have my Mod Podge ready. I have 1 napkin separated. These are Dollar Tree ones. They are 2-ply. You can see there's only print on one side. And then the second one, I'm going to show you how I get it separated. So I go to this white section, this middle section, and I have, oh, I've lost them already. Let me get some more. I've lost everything. I just can't seem to find anything in my stash of stuff. I have double-sided tape right here. And so I put a small piece on one finger and a small piece on the other finger. And then I put one side, one the other side, and I pull. And then I can get my tissue, my napkin separated. Now usually I cut this down. You know, this would make 2 really well. And you could put it down whole or you could tear it. So this poinsettia one, I think we're going to tear and see how that looks. And this snowflake one, we're going to leave whole. So let's see. So that's these. Those are the stars. The stars are the buttons and the napkins. So let's get started. Let's do buttons first. I really only pulled enough buttons for one star. I think, because I'm going to start in the center, I'm going to go out. I am gluing these down because I don't want the buttons to move in the process of things. And so I'm gluing it down only for that reason. All right, so we're going to start in the middle. Let's see. And I think, well, that's not very middle. And I think I'm putting the gold one in the middle. But I need something right here. Oh, I've got glue already. Okay. Just going to put a piece of white button, an old white button. All right, now, oh, that more centered. And now we're going to go around. And I'm just going to start layering. First, the bigger buttons. And they don't need to be in any kind of order. And they don't need to be completely glued down because, like I said, the epoxy, that's going to take care of that. So here, I'm leaving any threads that are on the button. I'm leaving them there. I don't want I won't want to take that off. Oh, let's put that there. It's kind of part of the history of the buttons. So there we go. I can maybe do 2 of these. Let's see. This is a nice little. Could have maybe put that in. Oh no, I want to put that over here. Yeah. Okay. If I'm going to do 2 button ones, I'll save that. Let's do this here. Just so we have a little bit of symmetry there. I do love old buttons. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to the edges. I'm leaving it just like that. All right, that's one. Let's do the next one. I'm going to be quiet and glue fast. Ow. Okay, so button ones are done. I'll put those to the side. All right, let's try this. Let me put this back on the charger. And let's do, oh, we were doing stars for the Mosh Posh. All right, again, I just need to get this down. And I need to get it as wrinkle-free as I can, though that's almost impossible for me anyway with Mod Podge. So let's see how this works. So we have, how many stars I have left? I have 2 more stars. So let's do 1 complete one and 1 torn up one. And then if I run out of glass on the other 8, then I can do the rest of these. All right, so this one we're going to put on whole, and I'm just going to, this is watered down Mod Podge. I don't remember why I did that for something, but I did. So let's kind of use it so it spreads easily. I'm not worried about edges. I'm leaving edges natural. And I'm not even going to, I think, go over the top with the Mod Podge, because the Mod Podge is just to hold this down. Oh, look, and I got that snowflake right there in the middle. How you like that? It was like I planned that. Okay, and then oh, this is so easy. It just, I hope I'm in the camera. It just rips off like, I guess because it's wet, so it just comes right off. And yes, there are wrinkles in there, but those are okay. Oh, not too close. Let's see, let me come this way. Now, I can take a sanding block and sand off edges, these rough edges, if I'd so like. Not necessary. Let's see. And the other thing I can do is I can take a little bit of Mod Podge and cover up these edges that tore a little bit. That one I'm going to leave because I like it. I think I might leave that one too. So I'm really just getting them out to the edges now. And I don't want air bubbles. That I am going to kind of work at. All right, so there you go. I think I'm leaving it just like that. I don't think I'm covering. I could have taken more napkin and added to what was torn, the edges that were torn, but I really kind of like that. So, all right, I'm gonna leave that one so it can dry. And now the next one we're gonna tear. So we're gonna tear pieces. And I have to tell you, my hands don't work really well, so tearing is really hard. It's hard getting old. So we're gonna tear different pieces. I'm not trying to tear any kind of design, because it's amazing how this goes together once you do put it on the piece that you're Mod Podging on. It just comes out, it's so pretty. All right, so there we go. And this I might have to go on over the top with it. I don't know, we'll see. All right, we'll put some Mod Podge on. And we're just gonna start sticking. Let me put it all over, because I don't know where all these pieces are gonna end up. So stick on, collage, you're collaging here. Stick on, stick on, cover that edge. On. Should have taped my paper down, my wax paper. I hope I'm in the center. There we go. I can't see. I'm recording on my phone and I can't see it because the holder, the phone holder, is covering the main part of the screen. So I can't tell if you're there or not. Okay, I am going to put, oops, sorry. I am going to put one coat on top only because this is in different pieces and to kind of gel it all together. All right, there we go. Now, if it's wrinkly, I'm perfectly fine with that. I think it's going to add to the texture. Now, let's see if this peels off just as easily. Let's move all this out of the way. Let's see if it peels off as easily as the other one. Kind of, sort of. but then it sticks to your hands. I'm sure I could wait till it dried some and that it would be easy to peel off then, but I do want to do the resin, so I don't want to wait forever for this to dry. It's coming off. You just have to be careful at the edges. The points seem to be the part that tear the weirdest. There we go. Look at my hand. Look at my hands. And again, when it's dry, if you let it dry, you can take a sanding block, and they sell those things at Dollar Tree too. Or a nail file, like an emery board, and you can just file that sucker off, and then you don't have it on it. There, I got it. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty how that kind of melds together and makes that shape? All right, we're gonna put that on the side. That one's ready to go. All right, I'm gonna take a minute and clean my hands. Okay, I'm back. So now I'm taking my glue gun. Semi-clean hands. They're never clean when I'm crafting. I'm gonna take my glue gun, and all I'm really doing is I'm making an outline on each of these ornaments, and the outline is going to do nothing but kind of keep my glass in one place, like doesn't let it fall too far out. So on the circle ones, I'm making a circle, and I'm not going all the way to the edge. And I could do a stencil, and in fact, should I do that? Let me see something. Should I make a... Oh, I could. All right, let's see. No, that's a little too big, and I'll tell you why. Let's see. What about this? This will work. Oh, this will be perfect. All right, let's do that real quick. Let's take a pencil, which, you know, who would have pencils laying around? All right, I made it back, and I am just taking the inside and making a circle. That's it. Nothing major. This worked out perfectly though. This duct tape. All right, so and then I'm going to take the glue gun and I'm going to run a string of glue on the outside because I want the glass to cover up that pencil mark. I don't want it to show. And for the Christmas trees, I'm going to freehand it, and we're going to do triangles. All right, there's one. So drawing the circle stencil is absolutely not necessary. If you have a steady hand, you can most definitely do this freehand. I just took allergy medicine, and so I am shaky as all get out. So I'm having a really hard time here. The weather's changing where I live. We're getting cool fronts. It kicks up all of the allergens. We're having work done in our house, so there's dust flying around, and if I clean up the dust, then I'm even sicker. So I'm gonna have, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to bribe one of my children to come and dust for me and at least get it set up so I can maintain it then without as much problem. All right, so there's our circles. So let's try our triangles. I'm just going to do triangles, like a line. I was going to try and do like a tree shape, but I don't think that would be easy unless I had a stencil to trace. And again, all of this is going to do is sort of kind of give us a guide for where the glass is going to go. And as of right now, I think I'm putting the red glass on the circles, and I'm putting the green glass on the trees, and then I do have some of those beads that we can add to the trees. And then after we do the epoxy, if we want to add glitter on top, or those shiny tube things, we can. Confetti, tube confetti, I think it was called. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're done. Okay. Put that back. And let's get our glass out. Now, let me spread things out. I am going to have to, after we get the glass on, I'm going to have to find things to prop up all of these ornaments so that the resin has a place to drip. Because if you leave this flat on the table and you drizzle on some resin, you are going to have all of your ornaments stuck to the table. Well, in this case, it'd be wax paper, but you get the drift. So I have to find my blocks, which I cannot find, that will basically keep everything elevated. All right, so let's start with this green. I can tell you, I was happy to find the green glass, but it's not the prettiest. It's not very glistening like some of the other glass is, shattered glass. And you can find shattered glass already done online. So basically all we're doing is we're taking the glass and we're putting it in the middle like this. And then I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to kind of move it into that triangle I made. Oh, I told you, hands are all shaky from the allergy meds. Is it perfect? Nope, but it doesn't have to be. You can kind of go as high as you want, but see, like to me, that's perfect. And then I might see if I can find here one little piece to go right over there to make the point. And that's it. We do not have to add glue to keep it down. Nothing. That's it. It's done. Well, it's done until we resin it. So that's one. So let's do two. Oh, and I will put some ornaments at least on one. I'll show you that in a minute. I tell you what. Well, yeah, we'll do that in just a minute. And then we're going to drizzle our resin. That takes a couple seconds to make. Well, 30 to 40 to be exact, because you have to stir it. Okay. There we go. All right, that's two. And I just shove that sucker in. I try to cover up the line, so look at it from different angles. Because I don't want to see the pencil mark, and I don't want to see the glue line, even though the glue's going to kind of all blend in. You're not going to see that once you pour the resin on. There we go. You find your little pointy ones to go up at the top. My glass, my beads over there, that I could use as ornaments, they're a little on the large side, so I'll have to see if they look okay. Let's see, I'll push you up. I know I get out of range. All right, there, that one's good. Okay, all right, now our last green one. Another technique is just pour a whole bunch on and then take off what you don't like right there. That's too many. Oh, and now I took too much. There you go. You don't want it perfect. You want it pretty. All right, now I'm going to do the red ones. And these are my handmade ones, which is interesting. So far, nothing is like biting my hand. Oh, that's a different look. Can you see that? Am I in the right camera range here? I don't think I want to add any little beads to the red ones. I kind of like this shiny thing going on. I wasn't happy when I realized that it was clear in the middle, but you know what? This is okay. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. I'm excited to see what it looks like with the epoxy on it. And you know, I'm looking now, these do not have holes. They just have the twine stapled to the back. If you wanted to run ribbon through them to make that more secure, more of a secure ornament on your tree, then I would use a drill and drill through that before you do any of this stuff. I'm kind of stuck now. We're at where we're at. All right, third one. That is definitely a different look. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Circles are easier to do than the triangles too. You just kind of plop in the middle. No points to figure out. All right, I'm going to move that one. Oops. Lost some of the glass. Put it over here. All right, so just to one pack, if you're judging this, one pack of those floral beads crushed up would absolutely do at least 8 of these ornaments. Absolutely. Maybe even all 12. All right. All right, I'm going to take you off for a minute. I am going to go look for my wooden blocks so I have, or something to raise these up on, because now I want to get them up and I don't want to mess with them because I'm going to start the epoxy and I don't want the glass to slide around. So I will be right back.